robe as he's cartooning for the paper. So in other words, he's cartooning for the paper. He draws himself cartooning for the paper. And then in the big thought bubble, he's actually with the occultist. He's in a robe. He has a candle. So a lot of mainstream media is invited there. They're just not allowed to report on it.
Right. Well, I mean, why would you just out of hand dismiss it that they somehow might have wanted that to get out or something, and maybe he was allowed to do that or something?
I doubt it, because have you seen the 1980s broadcast where the mainstream media really does report on it? I'm talking ABC. Yeah, 1981, 1980, there's a ton of not articles, but a ton of newscasts about the Bohemian Grove. They're going to be in my upcoming film, Invisible Empire. So it's not like Alex really treaded any new ground. I mean, the news clips I have, they show Moloch. They show that the logo is an owl. They show St. John of Maplenook with his hands in front of his mouth. They admit that they act like they're all plays, and they even show some of the pictures of these guys in drag. Okay? And this is Tom Brokaw and, another head journalist. So they've done it before. They've been there. It's been on the cover of many a magazine, but they kind of fell by the backside in the late 80s, early 90s. And Alex Jones just revamped the story. He was the first one to get in and really tape the entire ritual, not just show scanned pictures or, things that came out of the Grove, get original footage. And, I just feel like the mainstream media doesn't want that story. That's why you haven't seen it.
Well, I mean, but why do you, such a place so guarded by, he said in the movie, Secret Service, guards, and Sonoma County Sheriff's Department. How could you just walk? How would the parking lot not be? How could you just?
He didn't go in the parking lot. Like I said, he didn't go in the parking lot, man. Again, if you watch, no, he didn't go in through the parking lot. If you watch the footage, he goes in through the side woods, and he gets the map of the entire campgrounds from the local. Watch the Bohemian Grove Club. I've actually seen the map because the map is inside our Bohemian Grove annal. Like I said, when I do the Bohemian Grove episode here, and we're going to do that again in July. I think we're going to do it in the second week of July, the first day that it kicks off, as long as it's not on a weekend. But they have the map. He saw where to go in through the wood line. He came in through the wood line. They show that part in the video. I mean, I've seen some of the raw tapes just going through it and whatnot. Went through the wood line, and then they just got on and acted like they were with the Hillbillies, which is the bush camp. There's a ton of these little side camps, and you would be surprised what you can do when you put your mind to it. I'm telling you, nothing nefarious there. I thank you for the call, Dave. I know there's all these kooky conspiracy theories. Oh, Alex Jones was let in to expose, or Alex Jones is actually a member of the Bohemian Grove Club. Alex Jones works with the Vatican to get in, and he's covering up for them. Look, it's all Johnny nonsense. I know the man. I know the work here. I don't think that they wanted the cremation of care ceremony to get out there at all. I don't think it benefits them whatsoever. And I just can't get behind these, crazy theories that people come up with. All right, let's go to Roger in Minneapolis. Roger, you're on the line.
Yes, thank you. Mark, I have both your books. They're just absolutely excellent. I just finished your new one, and I want to compliment you on your just real thorough research. You don't leave anything to speculation, and you don't print anything unless it's well documented. So with that, I say keep up your good work. Jason, I just wanted to say you do a great job when you pinch hit for Alex. One of my main concerns with Alex is, and I'm trying to say this in a positive way, is sometimes when he has real good guests on, he interrupts a lot, and once the person gets going, I'm so interested in hearing the information that Alex cuts the guy off. I know he means well, but I guess I would just like to get him a message when he has a guest on. Let the guest do a little more talking.
I'll tell you what, I can pass that along, Roger, but we do double book a lot of these guys, and so we do get them on the Info Warrior with Jason Bermas as well, and I tend to give them a little bit more room. I mean, Alex Jones is the T-Rex of talk radio, and he gets so worked up. Sometimes he's in it to win it, and maybe he cuts people off a little too much. I don't know. I tend to like his style, but if you want a more laid-back style, you want to hear more of what they have to say, and a more caller-based show, I do one from 9 to midnight. Go check it out. I thank you for the call, Roger. Let's go to Russ in Idaho. Russ, you're on the line.
Thank you, Jason. Comment here really for Mark, but it still work. I want to get to the root of the tree as well. Reading from a book printed by Tex Mars, Synagogue of Satan, page 32, the year 1770. Mayor Amschel Rothschild draws up plans for the creation of the Illuminati and entrusts Ashkenazi Jew Adam Weishaupt, a crypto Jew.
All right, we're done with you, sir. Thanks a lot for being anti-Semitic on the show. We'll move on to the next caller. Let's go to Kyle in Washington. Kyle, you're on the air.
Hey, Jason. I came across this website called thepentagon.com. That's C-O-N.
Yeah, no, I know all about the Pentagon and Craig and Aldo, and we took them out to D.C. with us for a week. We stayed in I believe it was the Sheraton right outside of the Pentagon, and that's where supposedly some of these videos have been suppressed. We asked the manager of the Sheraton to give them there. I don't necessarily buy into their flyover theories. I've watched their material. I've had them on my radio shows. I just don't see the evidence there. I know the conflicting witness accounts, but there's all sorts of conflicting eyewitness accounts, you know, from the interview we did with Lloyd the cab driver to the Schinke brothers, to the two what were they? I think they're two police officers that they interviewed themselves. And, you know, I'm all about people doing their own research and putting out films like that when I just don't happen to buy into it. I need more evidence. I need to see some of these videos be declassified. I think that is a bold statement to say that the Pentagon definitely had a flyover and something else hit it. I don't know if that's true or not.
I think, though, but just looking at the cab, it's like the lawn in the Pentagon. It's not burnt, but like his cab, like the hood, it's just the windshield that's broken, and the back seat, you know, is the passenger seat is bent, and like there's only a small puncture in like the just the way back seat. Just
you know what book was in there? By the way, do you know what book was in his cab at the time?
Yeah, a David Icke book.
Yeah, Children of the Matrix. So, look, my thing is, you know, he wasn't so coherent on the interview. He admitted that he did not actually see the plane hit the Pentagon. I really don't think that I know they named Lloyd as an accomplice early on. Later they retracted that statement. I don't know what's going on there. I know his wife was a member of the FBI or whatever, but when you're living in Virginia, especially around the Pentagon and the D.C. area, a lot of people are employed by the government. Sometimes the conspiracy isn't as big as people make it out to be. And again, I stick to what I can prove. I encourage people to go out and be like Craig and Aldo and do those types of things, make their own documentaries, do their own research. But I've looked at the research. I can't get behind it. I need something more solid. I thank you for the call, Kyle. Let's jump to Scott in Washington. Scott, you're on the air.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hey, thanks for having me on. I just want to say God bless Alex Jones and you and Mark Dice and people like you who expose the New World Order for what it is. And I just want to say that I'm not smoking the Baraki tobacco, and I'm not accepting media lies and whatnot, whatever they choose to report. You know, we live in an information age. Where are people getting their information from?
Well, they want you to get it from the mainline media, or you're a terrorist. If you engage in the alternative media, well, you have a radically different viewpoint than what's being presented by corporate America, and you're probably a danger to this country, sir.
Well, yeah, TV is definitely brainwashing, so I just want people to wake up and realize that you guys are actually fighting for us, you know?
Well, thank you so much, Scott, and I encourage you to be your own info warrior and help out in any way you can. It's all about the will to take these bastard tyrants on and expose who they really are, show their organizations, show their mindset, you know, what they really, I mean, that's why Mark Dice is so important. That's why books like The Illuminati, Facts and Fiction is important. That's why the Resistance Manifesto is important, because a lot of the information there comes straight from the horse's mouth. They tell you what they're going to do to the population. Let's go to our next caller. Let's go to Cheryl in Winnipeg. Cheryl, you're on the line.
Hey, Jason, how you doing?
Good.
My comments are for a previous caller, a few callers ago, about somehow debunking Mr. Jones when he went into Bohemian Grove.
Yeah, you know, and he acted like he wasn't trying to debunk that he got in there, but then he's like, how did he do it? How did he do it? I mean, come on, go ahead.
Okay, well, you know what? The first time I ever saw anything about Bohemian Grove was the English documentary on it, where they followed him.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. That's the Trio Network documentary with John Ronson.
I always felt it was really sad that wasn't included into his Alex Jones documentaries because
but John Ronson
really
kind of treats it. But the thing is that John Ronson kind of